What's up, guys? Welcome back to the garage. It's been a little while. We took a hiatus. Been waiting on parts and an engine, and it's been a nightmare. So kind of left off. We were talking about, we got this one dialed in and the transmission just keeps jumping. It's one 1.4 neutral and reverse ATV engine. Last time I took it for a ride, it literally bent my chain tensioner. So I wanted to do like a 110, 125, 4-speed, which was going to be sweet. I just, between the shipping issues and then the instability of these things, man, I just can't seem to they're just not reliable. So we have decided to go another direction. We've been talking about doing a built 212 and haven't had the chance. I'm talking about springs, flywheel, cam, all of that. So we've got a 212 that we've got with a torque converter. So on this one, it ain't going to be like the other chopper, straight clutch. We're going to run a built 212 with a torque converter with a small rear sprocket. And that should really put this thing up into 60, 70 mile an hour, I'd imagine. We've got a ton of work to do today. We've got to get this engine completely off. We're going to have to change the plate because the way this engine is, it's going to have to go forward. It's going to be some work. So that's what we're going to work on today, is see if we can actually get this 110 off, 212 mounted up. Got parts coming in for the 212, but I want to at least get it on, get the chain, get it to be in a roller, and see exactly what we can do, see what we have. So it's a small frame. The other one was stretched. This one is not. Hate to see the 125. I knew it would have been rad. I just don't want to go through it. If I don't ride this thing for a month, it seems like every time we have to clean the carb. So enjoy the video. Welcome back, and we appreciate you. Let's see. Oh yeah, like a glove. Fits like a glove. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is start stripping this bad boy down. Get the gas tank. It ain't gonna fit. The exhaust is gonna have to come off, which we're gonna replace anyway. Get her stripped down to see exactly how she fits in there and get the torque converter on it so we can start getting our spacing for the bottom bracket. All right, guys, so we got all of the main components: gas tank, exhaust, carburetor, the top carburetor off. So we are going to do obviously a different exhaust, different carburetor, and then a different gas tank. So that gets us down to the bare minimums on what we need in terms of space. Just trying to look and see what kind of coverage clearance we have, because if we flip this up, which I can flip this the other way and weld it in. I welded this up, but it can be flipped over, which we're gonna have to move it anyway. So we're getting there. My biggest concern now is with the seat. Is that gonna put us the seat right into the spark plug? All right, guys, so I'm gonna have to cut my little tack welds. We had just tacked this in. We were mocking up the 110. We need all the space we can get to get that 212 in here. So we're going to take this off and dry fit it and kind of see what we got as far as space. Clean all that up. What's going on, YouTube peeps? We are out here, beautiful day, Saturday, out here working on the mini bikes. Just took this little beast for a run. After the last video you saw, I got stopped on this thing. Got stopped on it going down the road. Fortunately, it happens. So but the moment everybody's been waiting for, I know I myself included, I got parts for the mini chopper. So I've got the tank in. So what I'm going to start doing is getting this thing prepped and ready. So the tank is going to be so rad. I've already got a bolt hole, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to have to weld up kind of you know, where we can bolt through it. So I'm going to have to cut all of this stuff off and start prepping for the tank. So that's what we're going to start working on today. Please like, subscribe, and enjoy the video. All right, guys, well, that looks so much better. Grinded all those tabs, got everything down. This is where the tank's gonna bolt, so go ahead and we'll do a rough fit, see how it is. I know the way this is, there's the tank works, there's a tab on the back, and then I'm gonna have to weld a tube here just to kind of mount it. That's what we did on the other frame. So I want to get it mounted up, kind of get my position where I need to weld that in, and yeah, we'll actually have a tank on this thing. That's been like definitely the missing part of this whole mini bike. We had the ugly temporary, and it just didn't look great. So today's the day. Let's see what we've got. All right, now that we got this nice and cleaned off, let's go ahead and see how that tank fits. I love this little tank. It's if you've watched my past videos, you'll see I've used this on the other mini chopper, and I mean, dollar for dollar, in my opinion, it's one of the best you can get. Sure, it's not perfect. I probably wouldn't put it on like a custom Harley, but for what we do and kind of what we've used, man, these things are just awesome. Yep, that's perfect. Got a good fit to it. That's what I needed to see. Oh yeah, no, that's perfect. I wanted to make sure. Don't want to beat the tank up. I was wondering if I wanted to go up a little bit higher with it. All right, making some progress. So that is mounted. I do like the position. I think the handlebars, everything's going to clear real nice. Probably going to do a little bit different style handlebar, but for now, I mean, I'm not going to go any lower. I think that's great. I went through here as a gusset just because I liked it being lower. I didn't want it as high, so I'm probably going to end up making another little gusset here to kind of bolt to. I just did that just to kind of mock it up, but I think it looks awesome. Like I said, I really like these tanks. I think for the price, you can't beat them. Stole this. Got to build a seat. We got some work to do on that thing today, but just want to see how it looks with the seat on and everything. Yep, that's perfect. Not going to use the seat. Yeah, I'm not going to use the seat, but I do really like it. The way the tank works. I think we're going to do a little bobber seat there, so it won't be pushing up onto the actual tab. So we've got some things to do. Last time this thing bent, so even though it's still, I got it welded good, I think I need to do a gusset here, welded this way. Give us a little more rigidity so our chain tensioner doesn't bend. I probably use the other engine as a mock-up to get it on, pull it tight where I want it, and go ahead and get the plate welded back. You know, get that welded back in place. So where I like it, where the chain's going to be nice and tight, you know, decently tight. So, but I'm going to use the other one just as a temporary mock-up. So when the new one comes in, I can bolt it right in. Well, we're back. So obviously got the tank and everything on. Using the old engine. This is the drive, neutral, and reverse engine with the transmission skipping. I cut the plate off because I wasn't exactly sure. I was thinking about going the Predator route, blah blah blah. Using the same engine, 125 is on the way, so I'm using it up for a mock-up. That's all I'm using this for. I want to go ahead and get my plate where I really like it. So I've got it rigged up. It's just me. I'm pulling pressure, trying to get it where I want. I'm going to go ahead and tack it and get everything kind of set, so when the new engine comes in, I can just drop it in place, and I'm not going to be welding around a brand new engine and all of that. So that's what we're going to do next. Get this engine plate tacked in, and yeah, try to start getting this bike back together. Well, after a lot of grinding, welding, we finally got something that resembles a little mini motorcycle now. So just got the demo engine on. I've got my plate welded up. I know it's boogered, but I'll clean that up. At least I know I've got good contact there. Chain is plenty tight enough. I think I'm going to run this on a spring system. I've always had good luck with that. So, but I still want to do the gusset there. Obviously, I've just temporarily put this there. The chain's got good tension. I've got brackets that go here that I've already made, and they'll bolt in, but until I get the other engine, and those basically will go up there. Those will weld in there, which I might go ahead and do it. I just last time I seemed to have issues, but I think we'll be okay. Anyway, got my plate welded up. I'm gonna have to drill. There's 4 bolts down here. I'm going to drill the holes for the second, so I have 4 bolts in the bottom. It'll be held up tight as well on the top. That gives me more than enough clearance on the front. I was just fooling around. This is the rear fender that kind of came with it, so it's set up. But I'm not sure if I'm going to use it, just to be honest. I'm not a big fan of it. Might go a different route. But coming along, I am super excited for the 125. So the next real kind of piece that I've got to work on, over here it's going to be a pedal, and you push that pedal down. That's going to be for the rear brake drum. Got obviously the disc brakes in the front. So over here, it's going to be a 4-speed. Well, the gear shifter is over here. So what I'm going to have to do is fab up a way where it goes down and across here. So, and the gear shifter is going to be here. So I'm going to have to kind of make a bracket like this, put that there, weld that in, and have like where the gear shifter is there. But I'm waiting until I get everything in, where I can work on that. I'll probably end up getting this welded in. Once I get that welded in, make my tube and make the gear shifter, so I can have my gear shifter out here for it's gonna be 1 down, 3 up, little 4-speed. Pretty happy where we're at with that one. The next thing, I got to make foot pegs for that. Those are broke off. So we got our shifter plate tacked in. So I don't have the shifter, so I don't know what diameter I'm going to need. This is a little bit smaller than that, but kind of what I'm talking about, guys, is I've got this. Like I said, I'm going to pretty it up, obviously, but this is where my foot's going to be. So depending on the shifter and all of that, I know it's got this same spline, but I'm going to weld something like this, a little nub, something like this, and drill through it so it can go in there, and then I'll put my shifter. So that gets me pretty close to where I want to be. I'm gonna wait, just trying to get everything I can get tacked in, just get ahead of everything. So it's coming along. I'm super stoked to see this project moving. Well, we're back. So I am working. So I had my chain tensioner just straight, right? And it worked okay, but I had no adjustability. So what I wanted to do was add a counter lever, kind of take in some of that bounce. And it's a very simple system. So I'm adding an arm basically counter levering this, and then I'm going to attach this spring somewhere. It's too long. So I mean I could probably hook it over here. I'm not thrilled about that, just for pure cosmetics, but it would work. I mean, I don't need much. Just working on that. If I do that, that's going to take some of that out. Obviously the engine's still flexing a little bit because I haven't added my top braces, you know, brackets. Just kind of getting everything buttoned up. I definitely think that this is going to work better than just the straight roller. And it does give me enough. It's tight, but I mean, it gives me enough. You can see it goes super loose when it goes all the way down. I mean, it's loose. And the whole purpose is to add that. So it's going to give it a little bit of play and keep it tight enough. So, all right, guys, got a little bit of a mess. Still waiting on the engine. I'm going to go ahead and clean up these welds. This is a pipe we made. Get this thing cleaned up and get it heat wrapped. I've got some wrap in the water, so I'm going to clean up these, get it all wrapped, so when we actually do get the new engine, we can also put that on. So just another step, just trying to stay busy. Alright guys, there is the final product, what we're going to end up putting on the bike. So, sounds good, and now it looks better. With us having to kind of weld all the turns and stuff in, just cleans it up a little bit. I think it's going to look really, really good. So can't wait to see it on the new engine. It's here, it finally came. Got the engine. Haven't really pulled it out yet, guys. Let me set it up here. That's heavy. There it is. There it is. All right, guys, there's the new engine. It's got the, obviously it's got the side cover, gear, everything. 1 down, 3 up. I have to get the CDI and everything set up on it. No big deal. All right, guys, it is late. It's like 5:30. We've been at this thing all day, but we are finally at the point we are ready for our first start. Got to put some gas in this thing. Got some wiring to kind of clean up, but it looks good. Obviously, our wiring is a bit of a mess. We'll clean all that up. I've got to drill the bigger hole for our. I'm going to put my ignition in here. Got the thing working on a clutch, so a foot clutch. So when you turn this, it pulls up your clutch. So it's going to be a treat. Oh, it's going to be a. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Oh, you can look, dude. It's actually do like this. This is perfect. Look, you see it?
Oh yeah.
When I'm riding. So, up. All right, guys, I finally got the gear shifter and all that stuff figured out. This thing rad, it's just super cool. It's a little 4-speed. Turn that on, ignition's on. 4-speed with a little clutch, so see what we got.